Let me tell you a story. It's about a boy named Noah. A boy who sees the world differently. A boy who knows every single detail about Apple products, from the iPhone 2G to the latest MacBook specs, but doesn't know how to make a single friend. Noah is autistic. Conversations don't come easy. Eye contact feels like staring into the sun. And at school he is alone. Not for lack of trying. The teachers encourage him to engage. The school sets up social groups. The other kids, they tolerate him but they don't understand him. He exists in their world but never belongs to it. Until the day he makes a choice that changes everything. He signs up for the school talent show. No one sees it coming. Least of all me, his mother. And when I ask him what his performance will be, his answer is so disastrous, so socially suicidal, that my heart drops into my stomach. He looks me straight in the eye and says, "I'm going to recite every iPhone ever made." The warning. "Noah," I say carefully, trying not to crush him, maybe that's not the best idea." He tilts his head. "Why not?" I swallow hard. How do I say it without breaking him? "Because, honey, the other kids don't love Apple as much as you do." He frowns. Not angry. Just confused. "But Apple is amazing. If they just heard all the facts." "They've already heard them, Noah." I keep my voice soft. "Every single day. You tell them at lunch. You tell them in class. You tell them when they don't ask." His fingers tighten around his iPad. I see the heartbreak settling in. And then, the words that rip me in half. "Then I have no talent." Comes out in a whisper. A quiet, hopeless truth. And before I can stop him, his eyes fill with tears. The light bulb moment. That night I sit with Noah. We go through talent show ideas. Singing? No. Dancing? Definitely no. Magic tricks? He hates deception. Nothing clicks. Until I notice something. A habit of his that has driven me insane for years. Noah loves sounds. Not just music. He loves patterns, rhythms, beats. He finds joy in the way a siren wails, the hum of a refrigerator, the beeping of a microwave. And then it hits me. What if Noah became a DJ? The idea is ridiculous at first. But when I download a simple DJ app on his iPad and show him the controls, something happens. His face changes. He doesn't just like it. He understands it. He starts experimenting. Layering beats. Adjusting sounds. Mixing. And it works. For the first time in his life, Noah isn't just memorizing. He's creating. And when I ask if he wants to perform this at the talent show, his answer is different this time. Not hesitant. Not scared. Just one word. Yes. The enemy lurks. The next morning something feels off. When I drop Noah off at school, there's an energy in the air. Whispers. Glances. Smirks. And then I see it. A group of kids huddled around a phone, laughing. Something inside me twists. I don't know what's happened yet, but I can feel it in my bones. Something is coming. Something that could destroy everything. Part 2: The Trap. Noah walks into school like nothing is wrong. His DJ set is ready. His outfit is packed. His mirrored sunglasses are in his bag, untouched, waiting for their moment under the stage lights. But he doesn't see what I see. He doesn't see the side glances. The whispers. The way kids huddle in circles, their shoulders shaking with suppressed laughter. I stand frozen, watching from the car. Something is wrong. I feel it like a storm rolling in. And then, in the pit of my stomach, I know. They're planning something. A viral betrayal. I grip my phone as I speed through social media. And then I find it. A video. Taken without Noah's knowledge. It's him, sitting alone in the music room after school yesterday, practicing his DJ set. His fingers fly over the screen, his face serious, concentrated. But the caption. The caption makes my blood turn to ice. LMAO, the iPhone kid thinks he's a DJ now. This is gonna be a train wreck. Police car light face with tears of joy. The post has hundreds of views already. Comments piling up. Can't wait to see him crash and burn. Why is he even trying? Just go back to Apple facts, dude. He's gonna freak out on stage. I feel sick. They want him to fail. They aren't just waiting for it. They're setting him up for it. The warning. I throw my car into park and rush toward the school entrance. I need to find Noah. I need to warn him. I push through the crowd of students in the hallway, scanning faces. He's not here. Where is he? Where? A voice stops me cold. What's the matter, Mrs. Turner? Worried about the big show? I turn. And there he is. John. Tall. Confident. The kid who always has a pack of followers trailing behind him. The one who gets away with everything because he never gets caught. And worst of all? He's smirking. I step forward, my voice sharp. Did you post that video? He feigns innocence, holding up his hands. What video? My fists clench. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You set him up. He laughs, shaking his head. Set him up? No way. We're just excited to see the show. His friends snicker behind him. I've never wanted to scream more in my life. But I don't. I can't. Because this isn't about me. It's about Noah. And he's walking straight into a trap. Noah has no idea. I finally find him in his classroom, sitting at his desk, headphones on, eyes closed. He's calm. Completely unaware that outside this room, the walls are closing in on him. I kneel beside his desk and gently touch his arm. Noah, I say softly. We need to talk. He blinks up at me, pulling off his headphones. What's wrong? I hesitate. How do I tell him? How do I say the kids are waiting for you to fail? They're planning to laugh at you to make sure you feel humiliated in front of the whole school? I can't. Because if I do, he won't go through with it. And if he doesn't go through with it, they win. So I take a shaky breath and say, you're going to do amazing today. Just stay focused, okay? He watches me for a long moment. And then, slowly, he nods. The moment arrives. By the time the talent show starts, the entire school is buzzing. Kids fill the gym, shoving into the bleachers, laughing, whispering. The air is charged. They aren't here for the talent. They're here for Noah's downfall. And then, his name is called. He steps onto the stage, small and fragile against the vast lights. A murmur runs through the crowd. Someone snickers. John leans back in his seat, arms crossed, grinning. The trap is set. And Noah is about to walk right into it. Part 3, the breaking point. Noah steps onto the stage. The room shifts. It's subtle at first. A few scattered whispers. A cough. The occasional giggle muffled behind a hand. But then the silence comes. The heavy, suffocating kind of silence. The kind that feels like it's holding its breath, waiting for something to go wrong. And Noah? He doesn't notice. Or maybe he does. But he's too focused, too deep in his world to care. He sets his iPad on the stand. Adjusts his speaker. Takes a deep breath. The mirrored sunglasses go on. And then, he starts. The sound that shifts the room. The first beat drops. A slow, pulsing rhythm. Kids in the audience glance at each other, surprised. This isn't what they were expecting. Noah's fingers move fast, adjusting the tempo, layering sounds. A siren wails through the speakers. The beat speeds up. Something changes in the crowd. The laughter fades. The whispers die down. Heads start to bob. Feet start to tap. Because somehow, impossibly, unbelievably, Noah is actually good. The plan falls apart. I glance toward John. He's still smirking at first. But then, as the energy in the gym shifts, his smirk starts to crack. This wasn't the plan. The plan was for Noah to fail. The plan was for him to panic, for the kids to laugh, for the school to have yet another reason to push him aside. But Noah isn't failing. He's thriving. And the kids aren't laughing anymore. They're moving. Some of them are actually getting up. Dancing. Cheering. And John? John is losing control. The sabotage. And then, it happens. A horrible, gut-wrenching sound rips through the gym. Screech. A piercing, distorted wail, so loud, so jarring that kids clap their hands over their ears. Noah freezes. The music cuts off. Silence. And then, laughter. Cruel. Sure. Echoing. I turn sharply, scanning the crowd, and that's when I see it. John's phone. A Bluetooth connection. He's hacked Noah's speaker. He's shut him down. And the crowd, once on Noah's side, turns on him. It starts slow. A single mocking clap. Then another. And then, the entire gym erupts in laughter. The collapse. Noah stands there. Completely still. His hands tremble. His breathing turns shallow. His sunglasses, once a shield, are useless now. I see it happening in real time. The overload. The shutdown. He reaches for his iPad, fumbling. Tries to restart the music. But his fingers aren't working right. His breathing is too fast. I know this moment. I've seen it before. Noah is breaking down. And the kids? They're still laughing. This is exactly what they wanted. And then, before I can stop him, Noah turns and runs. The aftermath. I don't hesitate. I shove past teachers, push through the doors, sprint down the hallway. Noah. I call out, my voice breaking. Nothing. I check the bathrooms. Empty. The library. Empty. The music room. Empty. And then I realize, there's only one place he would go. The hidden place. Behind the school, past the playground, past the soccer field, there's a small grove of trees. No one goes there. It's too far, too hidden. Except Noah. It's a safe place. And sure enough, I find him there, curled up, rocking, sobbing. My heart shatters. I drop to my knees beside him, gathering him into my arms. Noah, baby, I'm here. I've got you. His whole body shakes. I messed up, he stammers, his breath coming in sharp, broken gasps. No, I say fiercely. You didn't? They did. He buries his face in my shoulder. And I swear, right then, right there, this isn't over. Not by a long shot. Part 4, The Revenge Plan. Noah doesn't speak on the ride home. He stares out the window, his fingers gripping his iPad so tightly that his knuckles turn white. His whole body is stiff, like if he lets go, even for a second, he'll fall apart completely. I keep glancing at him, my heart aching. He had it. For one perfect moment he had them. They were dancing. They were cheering. He was finally being seen, not as the weird kid, not as the iPhone-obsessed outsider, but as something more. And then John took it away. Not again. I gripped the steering wheel, my jaw clenched so hard it hurts. Noah doesn't deserve this. And for once, just once, I'm not going to let them win. I'm going to fix this. No. I'm going to make them regret it. The breaking point. That night, Noah barely eats. He doesn't ask for extra screen time. Doesn't start his usual Apple info dump at bedtime. He just sits in his room staring at the iPad, replaying what happened. I can hear him breathing too fast. He's stuck. Trapped in a loop. If I don't pull him out, he'll drown in it. So I sit on his bed and say, "We're not done." His head snaps up. What? I hold his gaze. John thinks he won. He thinks he humiliated you. But we're not letting him get away with it. Noah frowns. But I lost. No, you didn't, I say firmly. You were amazing and they knew it. That's why they had to cheat. They were scared of you. He blinks rapidly, processing. And then, softly, so soft I almost don't hear it. What do we do now? I smile. We fight back. The plan. We spend the entire night rebuilding. Noah doesn't just recover, he transforms. He studies every moment of his performance, noting what worked, what could be better. He refines his transitions, sharpens his drops, perfects his timing. But we need more. More than just another performance. We need a moment. A comeback so undeniable, so explosive that no one will ever laugh at him again. And then, we find it. A glitch. Not in Noah's set. In John's. The hacker gets hacked. It's 2 a.m. when Noah gasps. I found it. I rush to his side, staring at his screen. John didn't just connect to Noah's speaker. He connected to the entire school system. And Noah? Noah tracked it. He stares up at me, eyes wide, almost excited. Mom, he whispers. We can take over the next assembly. My heart stops. And then, I smile. The stage is set. 2 days later, the school gathers again. It's a mandatory assembly, some boring speech about online safety. Every student is forced to sit through it, bored out of their minds. Except Noah and I. Because today isn't about safety. Today is about payback. John is sitting in the front row, surrounded by his friends, basking in his victory. He doesn't know what's coming. No one does. And then, Noah strikes. The hijack. It starts with a glitch. A small, barely noticeable flicker on the screen behind the speaker. Then another. John sits up. His smirk fades. And then, boom. The screen explodes to life. Not with school announcements. Not with safety tips. But with the recording of John's voice. Loud. Clear. Undeniable. LMAO, the iPhone kid thinks he's a DJ now. This is gonna be a train wreck. A ripple of confusion spreads through the crowd. Then horror. And then, laughter. At John. The fall of a king. John jumps to his feet. What the? The screen flickers again. A video plays. It's Noah's full performance. The version without the sabotage. The version where the school was cheering for him. The crowd erupts. Because seeing it again without interference, they realize the truth. Noah wasn't a joke. He was legendary. And John? John was just a coward. I watch from the back as John's face drains of color. He tries to storm out, but it's too late. Because for the first time ever, Noah isn't the outcast. John is. The moment that changes everything. After the assembly, Noah walks through the halls, head high. And for the first time, kids talk to him. Not to mock him. Not to tolerate him. But because they want to. Because in a single move, he's become something more than the weird kid who talks about Apple. He's become a legend. And as he turns to me, eyes shining, he whispers, Mom, I did it. I squeeze his hand, my heart bursting with pride. No, baby, I say. You won. Part 5, the final twist. Noah won. For the first time in his life, he wasn't the outcast. For the first time, people weren't laughing at him, they were cheering for him. John had been humiliated. The entire school had watched as his own words were used against him. His reputation, the one he spent years building, shattered in an instant. And yet, something felt wrong. Something wasn't over. I could see it in John's eyes as he stormed out of the assembly. The way his fists clenched. The way his face twisted, not with embarrassment, but with fury. John wasn't just going to let this go. And deep down, I knew it. The shadow in the hallway. The next day, I wait outside Noah's school nervous. He's late. Too late. Other kids have already come out, chattering, laughing, playing. But not Noah. I check my phone. No messages. Panic creeps up my spine. And then I hear it. A thud. A yelp. A muffled voice, angry, low, dangerous. I run. The trap. I round the corner behind the school and freeze. Noah is against the wall, his iPad on the ground, the screen cracked. John stands in front of him, his face dark with rage. But he's not alone. 3 other boys stand behind him, blocking any escape. Noah is trapped. And for the first time in a long time, he looks scared. John steps closer, voice a sharp whisper. You think you're smart, don't you? Noah's hands shake, his breathing coming in quick gasps. I know this look. He's about to shut down. John shoves him and Noah stumbles. My vision blurs with rage. Before I even realize what I'm doing, I step forward. The reckoning. John barely has time to turn before my voice cuts through the air like a blade. Touch him again and you'll regret it. Everything stops. Noah's eyes widen. John's friends glance at each other, suddenly unsure. John though. He laughs. Seriously, he scoffs. You think I care what you... I step closer. My voice drops. Your dad's the principal, right? His smirk falters. I wonder what he'd say if he found out his son hacked into the school system? I take another step. That you publicly humiliated another student? Another step. That you just destroyed school property? My gaze flicks to Noah's cracked iPad. John blanches. I lean in, my voice ice cold. You think you're untouchable? I whisper. Try me. Silence. His friends are already backing away, their loyalty crumbling. John's face is red, his fists clenching and unclenching, but he knows. He's lost. I hold his stare, daring him. And then, with a furious snarl, he shoves past me and storms off. His friends scatter. I kneel beside Noah. His hands are shaking. His breathing is too fast. But when he looks up at me, he's smiling. The true victory. That night, Noah doesn't just talk about Apple. He talks about everything. About the kids at school. About the songs he wants to remix. About his dreams. He laughs. And as I tuck him in, he whispers, Mom, I think I made a friend today. Tears sting my eyes. Because this moment, this feeling, this is the real victory. Not the revenge. Not the takedown. But Noah finding his place. Noah winning in his own way. And as I close his door, I know. This is just the beginning. For him. For everything. The end. Never underestimate someone just because they don't fit the mold. Noah was mocked, ignored, and sabotaged, but in the end, his passion and resilience turned him into something greater. A force to be reckoned with. When life pushes you down, push back harder. When people doubt you, prove them wrong. And most importantly, never be afraid to stand up, not just for yourself, but for those who can't. If you love this story and believe in the power of perseverance, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing you more inspiring and thrilling content.